There is a side of Mughal history that rarely gets talked about, a side that allows no dissent, no resistance. Whenever a king or regional power dared to rise against Mughal authority, they were punished in ways meant to terrify the entire subcontinent. These punishments didn't merely end the rebellion, they delivered a message loud and clear. Oppose the Mughals and you won't just die, you will die painfully, publicly, and as an example. Many Hindu kings stood up against this tyranny. They fought to protect their faith, their culture, and their independence. And for that, they were brutally executed also. Today, we are going to talk about three such rulers, three men whom the Mughal Empire didn't just eliminate. Their deaths left a dark and unforgettable mark on Indian history. So stay with me till the end. Let me begin with a name most people have barely heard. And if you already know him, tell me in the comments because his story deserves to be remembered. The man I am talking about wasn't a king, he wasn't a prince, he was a farmer, a simple Jat farmer from the Mathura region who dared to challenge Aurangzeb. His name was Gokula Jat. Born in Bharatpur, Uttar Pradesh, Gokula lived an ordinary life, but courage ran in his blood. The Jat community back then consisted mostly of large-scale farmers, but they were crushed under Mughal oppression and unbearable taxes. Even though Gokula's father Mahi Chand was a wealthy landowner, privilege couldn't shield them. Under Aurangzeb, persecution of Hindus only intensified. Temples were demolished, religious freedoms were restricted. When the famous Keshav Dev temple in Mathura was destroyed in 1670, the anger of Jats erupted. By then, Hindu fairs had been banned, weapons were forbidden, and even basic symbols of dignity like palanquins or riding fine horses were denied to non-Rajput Hindus. Frustration soon turned into revolt. Jats began resisting temple attacks, targeting converted mosques in protest, and fighting back against revenue collectors. During the climate of rage, Gokula quietly built a secret army more than 20,000 men strong. This was not a sudden rebellion, it was a planned movement to break Mughal control. In 1670, Gokula and his men launched attacks on Mughal outposts, raiding camps and plundering supplies to weaken Aurangzeb's authority. When Aurangzeb heard this, he repeatedly sent large armies to crush revolt. But Gokula and his commander Jayat Singh used guerrilla warfare, striking suddenly and then disappearing into forest with the help of villagers. Nearly 300 Mughal soldiers were killed in this uprising. Frustrated Aurangzeb sent special commanders Hassan Ali Khan and Brahman Dev Sisodia under Abdul Nami to confront Gokula at Tilpat. The battle was fierce. The Jats fought bravely but were outnumbered and overwhelmed by Mughal artillery. Gokula was captured. What followed was brutal even by Mughal standards. On January 1, 1670, Gokula was taken to Agra. Aurangzeb wanted his execution to be a public lesson. A platform was built and then the torture began. First, his hands were cut off, then his feet, one limb after another, until he died in excruciating pain. His family too was forced to convert to Islam. This was how Aurangzeb crushed the Gokula rebellion. But his martyrdom was not in vain. The spirit of resistance eventually produced heroes like Raja Surajmal and Raja Badan Singh and laid the foundation of a Jat kingdom after Aurangzeb's death. Next on our list is no ordinary king. He was the Chhatrapati of the Deccan, the warrior who outsmarted Aurangzeb for 9 years. His name was Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Born on May 14, 1657, Sambhaji was brilliant, courageous and highly educated. He mastered Sanskrit, Persian, Marathi and several other languages. After Shivaji Maharaj passed away, Sambhaji assumed command of the Maratha Empire in 1681. Under him, the empire expanded rapidly. He defeated Mughal forces, crushed the Portuguese and even overpowered the Siddhis. With every victory, Sambhaji hurt Aurangzeb's pride. Soon, Aurangzeb saw him as his most dangerous enemy. For 9 long years, Sambhaji remained unstoppable. But in February 1689, betrayal struck. Some Maratha chiefs conspired with the Mughals and Sambhaji along with his close friend Kavi Kalash was captured near Raigad. Aurangzeb offered Sambhaji three choices: convert to Islam, reveal all military secrets, accept death. Sambhaji rejected all the three without any fear. And what then followed is one of the darkest torture episodes in Indian history. For 11 days, Sambhaji and Kavi Kalash were brutally tortured. Their eyes were gouged out, their nails were ripped off, their fingers were chopped, iron nails were hammered into their flesh, their skin was torn. Sambhaji's tongue was cut so he could no longer speak. Finally, his body was cut into pieces. Just imagine 11 days of unimaginable pain, and still he didn't bow. Aurangzeb threw his remains like garbage, but Maratha soldiers collected the pieces and cremated him with honor in Tulapur. Aurangzeb believed Maratha power would die with Shivaji and Sambhaji, but he was wrong. The Maratha struggle continued for 17 more years until Aurangzeb died in 1707. Sambhaji's sacrifice became a symbol of rising Maratha strength. His bravery later inspired India's freedom fighters as well. Even today, Sambhaji Maharaj is remembered as a warrior king who chose death over dishonor. Our final story is that of a man who fought 22 battles and won all 22. Because of his victories, he is called the Samudragupta of Middle Ages and even the Napoleon of India also. His name was Hemchandra Vikramaditya or Hemu. Born in 1501 in Qutubpur, Rewari, Hemu came from a humble family of grocers. He sold salt on the streets in his early years. Nothing about his background suggested he would one day sit on the throne of Delhi. But bravery and strategy defined him. Sher Shah Suri noticed his talent. After him, Islam Shah appointed Hemu as head of intelligence and postal services. Later, during Adil Shah's reign, Hemu rose to the position of Wakil-e-Ala, that is Prime Minister. Then came his moment. Humayun died. Delhi was vulnerable and Adil Shah commanded Hemu to defeat the Mughals. Hemu marched straight towards Delhi. Historian K.K. Bharadwaj writes that Tardi Khan, the Mughal governor, tried everything to stop him. But on October 6, 1556, Hemu reached Tughlaqabad and defeated the Mughals. He entered Delhi and crowned himself with the legendary title Vikramaditya. Tardi Khan fled to Punjab to report to young Akbar. But Bairam Khan was furious and executed him, sending a message that no Mughal commander could flee from battlefield. 2 days later, Akbar faced the choice: stay safe in Kabul or challenge Hemu in Delhi. He chose war, and so began the Second Battle of Panipat in 1556. Hemu led the army atop a massive war elephant, but he wasn't wearing head armor. In the heat of the battle, an arrow struck him in the eye, piercing his skull. He fell unconscious. Quli Khan seized him and took him to the Mughal camp. A 14-year-old Akbar now had to decide Hemu's fate. Abul Fazl writes that Akbar hesitated, but Bairam Khan did not. He beheaded Hemu. Hemu's severed head was paraded across Delhi and hung on the palace gate, a chilling message to every Indian ruler. Many historians believe that if Hemu had ruled for even a few more years, Akbar might never have become the emperor we know today. R.C. Mazumdar famously wrote, Hemu's defeat was not a failure of strategy but an accident. Had the arrow not struck him, India's history might have been very different. So, these were the three brave rulers whose deaths remain among the most tragic and cruel in Indian history. What do you think about their stories? Tell us in the comments. If you find this video meaningful, don't forget to like and share. And to stay connected with powerful stories from our past, subscribe to History Connect English. Thank you.